The Immortal Game, the chess game that refused to die. London, 1851. The world's greatest chess players gathered for a tournament that would shape chess history forever. But the most legendary game of them all wasn't even part of the tournament. It was casual. No trophy, no title on the line. Just two men sitting across from each other, completely unaware they were about to create something immortal. One of them was Adolf Anderssen, a brilliant attacking player known for chaos, imagination, and fearless sacrifices. The other was Lionel Kieseritzky, a dangerous master respected across Europe. And what happened between them became one of the most famous games ever played. Not because it was perfect, but because it felt impossible. At first, the game looks normal. Pieces develop, the center opens, nothing seems unusual. But then Anderssen begins sacrificing material. First a pawn, then another, then more, and suddenly the board stops looking like chess and starts looking like a storm. Modern engines would later say many of the moves were unsound, too aggressive, too risky. But that's what made this era terrifying. This was the romantic age of chess, an age where players valued beauty over safety, attack over caution, sacrifice over survival, and Anderssen was about to take that philosophy to its absolute extreme. As the game continues, his pieces begin disappearing. One rook gone, then another. The position becomes surreal. Most players protect material. Most players retreat when things get dangerous. Anderssen did the opposite. He kept moving forward, as if losing pieces didn't matter anymore, as if the only thing that existed was the enemy king. And this is where the game becomes immortal, because despite sacrificing almost everything, his attack only grows stronger. Every move feels impossible. Every sacrifice feels insane, but somehow every piece left on the board begins working together perfectly. The knights close in, the bishops cut through the position like blades, and Kieseritzky slowly realizes something horrifying. The attack cannot be stopped. Imagine sitting there in 1851, watching a man willingly destroy his own army, yet somehow become stronger after every sacrifice. That's what made this game terrifying. It broke the normal laws of chess. And then came the final moment, the queen sacrifice, the move that transformed the game from brilliant into legendary. Anderssen gives away his queen, his most powerful piece, voluntarily. By this point, most players would resign. But Anderssen wasn't playing for material anymore. He was playing for something deeper. Beauty, control, checkmate. And then suddenly, it's over. The king is trapped, surrounded, smothered by pieces that should never have been enough. A perfect mating net built from chaos itself, and that final position became legendary. A masterpiece so beautiful that chess players still study it over 170 years later. But maybe the strangest part of all is what happened after the game. Kieseritzky, the man who lost, was so impressed that he helped publish it himself in a French chess journal. Think about that. The defeated player looked at the destruction of his own position and recognized art. Years later, the game would receive the name, the Immortal Game, and honestly, no other name could survive. Because this wasn't just a chess game, it was proof that chess could become something more than calculation, something emotional, something dangerous, something unforgettable. And over a century later, the game still lives, still studied, still replayed, still haunting chess history. This is my chess channel, still growing, still learning, currently at 35 subscribers, but every upload is another move forward. And this story, this is only the beginning.